This is my favorite time of year to hang tree stand. It's the first weekend in April. The leaves haven't opened up yet in upstate New York. Season's way over, but it still kind of looks like how it looks in early November in the woods. This is a great opportunity to get out in the woods and hang a tree stand based on maybe last year's hunting experiences or maybe winter scouting. If you got out in the woods right after the hunting season and scouted in the snow and saw how your deer were moving, this is a great time of year to hang a tree stand. You'll be able to get it into the trees and disturb the woods and be out of here for months for it to calm down and everyone to forget that you were here. So when you slip back in the fall, totally undisturbed. Yeah, I'll probably come in and make another 1 or 2 adjustments. Shooting lanes, perhaps a little more cutting with a pole saw. I only had my little trusty Zilke Zubat here, so might come back in and do something like that. But other than that, I really love getting out in the woods this time of year and hanging those stands in preparation for the upcoming season, which here is now almost 7 months away. We start here October 1st in the southern tier about upstate New York, so I'm like 6 months away. Probably 7, because I don't usually hunt the first day of opening bow. Too many leaves for my taste. All right, ranchers, and that's hanging a tree stand here in the woods. First weekend in April. It's one of my favorite times to get out in the woods and hang tree stands because, as you can see, we haven't had leaf out yet, and this is kind of what the woods look like during that hunting season, coming into that like November time, right before you kick off the rut real hard. This is what your woods are going to look like. So this is when I really like to hang tree stands and get them up in the woods, so I know what it'll look like when I climb up there and turn around and get ready to shoot, as opposed to hanging during the hot summer, fighting the heat, fighting the bugs, fighting all the leaves, that you get in the stand and you're like, oh, this looks great. You come back after the leaves are gone and you're like, oh my God, I am wide out in the middle of the open. Everything's gonna bust me in this tree. So by doing it now, you really get a sense of what that's gonna look like in the season. This is where I'll be coming in from, down over in here in this really wide open timber. It's right on the border of my property over there. It's very open. And it kind of comes up here, and this is a little bit higher elevation. So when I slip in, I'm coming from down low behind the stand. Also, it's a great time to get it in because maybe you just got done hunting. All the experiences are fresh. All the track and sign you remember when you were out there hunting or from your winter scouting perhaps. So now you can enact on all that information while it's fresher in your mind and set up on the deer moving in those patterns, because they should continue to move in patterns that you saw during hunting season, during early winter scouting, coming into the new hunting season, which for me, it's not for another 6 months, but now I can be all set. The pressure will come off this whole area. I may sneak back in once or twice more for some shooting lanes, a couple little adjustments, but generally now I'll be set on this new stand location for the upcoming season. So I'm sure I might get a little crap for the way I hung it without a safety harness, which I do not recommend before you climb up in that tree. Do not do what I did. Stay attached to that tree. Use a lifeline attached to the tree as you go up to put that ratchet strap. If you didn't understand what I did initially, is you hook up tethers to the top where you would ratchet in, and you crisscross around the back of the tree and you make that tight. So essentially the stand is already attached to the tree when you climb up. I've been hunting for years and hanging stands for years, and I only recently learned what those tethers were for. I used to get them and be like, I don't know, I guess they give us tow ropes. I like did not understand what they were for. And I saw somebody do them, like, and do that and pull it tight. I go, oh man, that makes so much sense. You know, it makes it easier for me to hang a stand alone. It'll make it easier for you to hang a stand alone, which is another point. Generally, lifting a stand, you should have a second guy. It's hard, it can be tough, especially, you know, with uneven grounds, wet surfaces and stuff. You don't need the stand to fall on top of you. So keep that in mind too. Don't do what Nick does. Be a better person. That's the pan of the area here. And there's my thick woods, real thick. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Give me a like, give me a comment, and I'm ready to have my balls busted about the safety thing. All right, have a great day.